Hello, and welcome to the presentation of Group N. My name is Christina, and together alongside my team members, Victoria, James, Niranjana, and Amit, we'll present the topic of performance appraisal and feedback. In today's presentation, I'll be providing a brief overview of the topic. Victoria and Amit will explore the expectancy theory, Hawthorne effect, and McClellan's theory. James will be examining our chosen case study, exploring the effects of performance appraisal in the Norwegian Municipal Health Services. Niranjana will tie in our case study with the McClellan's theory. And finally, Amit will provide recommendations and conclude our presentation. But wait, first we need to consider what is performance appraisal and why is it even important? Performance appraisal is the assessment of an employee's, performance, determined by evaluating their contribution towards the organization and their prospective potential. It provides an objective outlook on quantifiable data as well as a subjective analysis on factors such as teamwork and communication. This assessment process is valuable to companies as it can detail an employee's strengths and weaknesses, resulting in greater competitive advantage. As a result, companies can provide constructive feedback proven to increase employee satisfaction, employee engagement, and boost productivity by increasing autonomy through goal setting or participation in the performance appraisal process. Furthermore, more broadly, performance appraisal helps to justify decisions made concerning promotions, bonuses, and termination, thereby promoting social equity and ethical behavior based on merit-based rewards. I will now pass it on to Victoria to discuss some theoretical models supporting performance appraisals and feedback.
So the first thing we would like to present is theoretical structure. There are plenty of theory that we can choose to explain the psychological aspect of performance appraisal system and examine the importance of feedback for employee motivation and engagement. To determine them in theory, I will briefly introduce to those theories' application and limitation. So first, I will talk about the expectancy theory. It mainly focuses on the relationship between effort, performance, and outcomes. But the limitation of the theory is the primary focus on the extrinsic motivators, such as reward and outcomes, and may overlook the importance of intrinsic motivators, such as autonomy, mastery, and purpose, which also significantly impact employee motivation and performance. And then the second one is Hawthorne effect, which refers to the phenomenon of individuals challenging their behavior due to being observed or perceiving attention. However, we found that the Hawthorne effect has limitation in long-term sustainability. This effect usually can only bring about the short-term performance improvement but cannot achieve sustainable change. Employee may show increased productivity and engagement during the observation period, but improvement in employee behavior are not sustained when attention shifted. So the last one I will talk about the McClellan theory of need. The theory focuses on the intrinsic needs for humans such as achievement, power, and affiliation, which provide long-term motivation and preference of employees. So in the workplace setting, the application of McClellan theory based on a performance appraisal system allows organizations to tailor feedback and recognition to different employees based on the specific needs. The main reason why we choose the need theory as the main theory is that it can build a team based on different needs of members in the organizations to meet everyone's preference and motivation. It maximizes effectiveness of the team within the organization, increase flexibility, and ensure that everyone's strength and talent can be fully utilized and brought into play. So now I will pass on Amit for describe the research conducted to investigate our topic.
We use numerous data sources to gather our information, including numerous case study articles. But in particular, a recent study reported in Siendo by Uka and Prendi found that employee motivation had an important impact on performance and productivity of employees. The study suggests that employees are more likely to be affiliation motivated, but top leaders have a high need for power motivation, and those who are achievement-orientated or motivated can become good managers. Therefore, the theory plays a role in understanding employee motivation and performance in the study. Understanding employee motivation is essential for organizations as it directly affects overall performance levels, and by recognizing different motivational factors among employees, such as affiliation needs or power, organizations can tailor strategies to enhance employee engagement and job satisfaction.
The Norwegian municipal health system is characterized by traits including a low power distance score and a high proportion of part-time personnel. In Norway, the health system focuses on several guidelines, and those closely regarding performance appraisal and feedback are 1. Quality improvement is a leadership responsibility, and 2. Transparency leads to assurance and learning, improving job motivation by increasing involvement. Researchers Freudis Bassett and Einar Malmberg conducted a case study on the effects of performance appraisal in the Norwegian Municipal Health Services. The case study focuses on increases or reductions in job motivation, academic learning, and self-assessment related to the use of performance appraisals and feedback. They hypothesize, amongst other things, that job motivation increases when employees receive sufficient feedback in PA. They also hypothesize that job motivation increases when employees participate actively in the performance appraisal processes. Questionnaires were distributed to a representative sample of 600 health personnel from the Norwegian Municipal Health Service with a response rate of 62%. Only 30% of the respondents indicated that they have regular PA every year. Questionnaires were the appropriate means of gathering data, as interviews and observation would require excessive resources. Factor analyses were performed on all items, and a regression analysis was used to link motivation and PA. Results show a significant relationship between motivation from PA and feedback, participation, and independence. H2 was strongly supported, as shown in H2A. All respondents showed there was a direct effect on job motivation when given thorough feedback, which you can see in the red dots, and auxiliary nurses experienced these impacts to the greatest extent, which is in yellow. H3 was supported to a small extent. Subordinates' job motivation was increased significantly in green when they actively participated in the performance appraisal process, while superiors had the lowest standard coefficient in blue. To contrast this, we interviewed a junior doctor at St. Vincent's Hospital in Sydney, Australia, who gave some insight into the Australian healthcare system. She indicated that verbal feedback is received from her superiors every day during procedures. She actively participates in the discussion about management plans and agrees that the thorough feedback and active participation contribute to her work motivation, making her feel more involved.
Now that the case study and the theories have been explained properly, we would like to draw connections between both to explain why performance appraisal can boost an employee's job motivation. We found connections between performance appraisal and McLellan's theory to be more precise and consistent. The PA shown in the case study ties up all three aspects of need together, making sure that employees are given thorough assessment of their work, which in turn leads them to perform better. The link between each need and case study is as follows. Need for achievement. Here, performance appraisal leads to learning and self-assessment by setting goals. A sense of achievement then felt by completing those goals, which then influences job motivation. For example, nurses and auxiliary nurses want to provide excellent care to patients and continuously improve on their skills and knowledge. Using the learning and self-assessment data, we see how they set clear goals and then assess themselves by meeting their own goals, which then agrees to their need for achievement. Need for power. Employees are usually motivated by a need for power because they want to have autonomy in their work and be able to make meaningful decisions. This is seen in the values of subordinate and superiors in hypothesis H3A, which suggests that employees who actively engage in the process experience motivation by opportunities to influence and also make an impact in their environment. By encouraging this, the PA system provides opportunities for leadership and skill development, leading to increased job engagement. Need for affiliation. Thorough feedback positively affects job motivation, particularly among auxiliary nurses, is seen in the values of H2A. This is because employees feel more motivated and valued when they receive constructive feedback and recognition. They also tend to seek motivation through mutual support and connections within the workplace, which then increases job motivation. Therefore, the application of McLellan's theory of human needs in this case study shows how PA is important to boost job motivation of workers. Now I'll be passing it on to Ahmed for recommendations, best practices, and conclusion.
Thanks for that, Nira. The McLellan's motivational theory of needs is best implemented through identifying individual needs to target, fostering a goal-oriented environment for achievement, a supportive environment for affiliation, and empowering leadership for the need of power. Such practices have numerous strengths and weaknesses associated. One strength in particular is its ability to increase job satisfaction and performance, as outlined in the case study results supporting hypothesis 2. This is because when employees feel their specific needs of achievement, affiliation, and power are targeted, they are more likely to be able to perform better and are satisfied, which supports the organization's objectives. Another strength is enhanced employee engagement, seen where employees demonstrated increases in job motivation when they participated in the PA process. Active participation in appraisals can lead to a greater sense of self-autonomy, which both empowers employees and drives engagement to their roles. However, pitfalls also do arise with its inclusion in PA processes. One in particular is a complexity in implementation, as identifying and catering to each individual's motivations can be challenging and time-consuming for organizations. This may further present challenges when trying to implement it wide scale in a company, as each individual's feedback and needs may differ. Another potential pitfall is neglecting other motivational factors. Overemphasis on a particular need, such as achievement, power, or affiliation, may lead to the neglect of other aspects of employee motivation, such as working conditions or extrinsic rewards. Nonetheless, these pitfalls do not outweigh the positive of increased motivation, and thus our concluding recommendation is that organizations should integrate McLellan's theory of needs into their PA systems, although in a cautious manner. To conclude, McLellan's theory of needs is an important theory in enhancing employee motivation and organizational performance. Other theoretical frameworks such as expectancy theory and Hawthorne's effect do also demonstrate this importance, although this presentation focuses on the McLellan's theory as it has the significant advantage of building a team based on specific individual needs. Our Norwegian case study emphasizes the increase in motivation, highlighting the importance of tailored feedback for active participation and increased job satisfaction. We recommend that organizations employ this theory in their PA strategies to foster a culture of empowerment. Well, that's all from us. Thank you for listening thus far, and we hope that we provided you with benefit.